So the San Francisco 49ers just traded away former number 3 pick Trey Lance to the Cowboys for a bag of potato chips. So we're going to be rebuilding the Dallas Cowboys, but without Dak Prescott. And I am going to be cutting Dak Prescott off the rip. Yes, huge cap penalty. Don't care. It's a part of the rebuild because Dak Prescott has a no trade clause in real life on his contract. So to keep it semi-realistic here, we are going to be cutting Dak Prescott. Instead of trading him, we're just moving on from him. Yes, it probably will not happen in real life, but it's just for the sake of the rebuild. But with that being said, guys, if you guys could like and or subscribe, we are nearing very close to 9,000 subscribers. And honestly, my other videos have not been doing well since the start of Madden 24. So I think we can pick that up. I would really appreciate that. But now getting back into the rebuild, Trey Lance is only a 71 overall normal dev player, so it's going to be really hard to develop him. I'm going to try to keep him for all 4 years on this team because this rebuild is about him. But for the rest of the team, we got Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, who should arguably be an X factor, Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks for a 5th round pick, Schoonmaker as a new tight end. The O-line is good. Tyron Smith gets injured all the time, but thankfully injury is off on this. Defensively, we got the rookie Mozzie Smith out of Michigan, really going to help with that run-stopping defensive line. They also got Armstrong, who I could move inside, but Odigizua, I think I'm just going to leave there with not Dexter Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence. I was about to say Dexter Lawrence, but Micah Parsons as well. Animal, 98 overall. Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, Donovan Wilson, who I'm going to start over. I think J-Ron Curse is his name. They got Leighton Vander Esch, Damone Clark, I believe is how you pronounce it, and then Malik Hooker. So overall in Madden, crazy good team. And I'm not going to change. Should I change the schemes now that we don't have Dak Prescott? Because usually the Cowboys are cracked in Madden. So for right now, I am just going to leave the schemes how it is. Hopefully Trey Lance can have a good season with the Dallas Cowboys because that is what this rebuild is about. But apart from that, guys, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-3, third in the division behind the 5-2 Giants and the 6-1 Rams. Not 6-1 Rams, 6-1 Eagles, as the Rams are 0-7. Man, what a start for them. Scouting national focus, I think I'm going to have to do interior offensive line. Would definitely be a big need of this team, in my opinion. Schoonmaker is going to remain our tight end, so interior offensive line is going to be a huge help for us. I plan to keep Tony Pollard for the remainder of the rebuild, and of course, we're not going to try to draft a QB unless Trey Lance is just garbage throughout the entire time. Hopefully we can develop him. That's what a lot of Cowboys fans think. If you can develop another 4th round pick QB, that would be great. Kind of like how you did with Dak. Dak was pretty good for a 4th round pick, but overall, not a huge Dak fan. Tony Pollard, as I said before, want to keep him for the remainder of the rebuild. 5-year contract for him. He resigns as he is happy to with a huge interest level. Stephon Gilmore, 91 overall superstar. I at least want him back for a year, if not 2, so I'll give him 2 years. He resigns as well. Anything else here? Armstrong. He would not be bad depth depending on the money. That's actually not bad. I'll do a 4-year deal. I'm fine with that. He can be a good rotation for us for sure, or maybe DeMarcus Lawrence retires. Tyron Smith, I'm going to keep for another 2 years. Good thing injury is off. We don't have money left really, but Terrence Steele I don't necessarily need. Yeah, because I already have Tyler Smith as well. J-Ron Curse I don't necessarily need either. Don't need Jordan Lewis. A lot of these guys I really don't need. I'm going to need to accept that 5th-year option for Micah Parsons because I don't necessarily have the money right now because of the cap penalty that we got from Dak. So anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing 8-9, barely missing it as the Giants take the division at 11-6. Our defensive passing game is 28th. How? Rushing game is 22nd. Doesn't really make sense considering we're running scheme 2 with Tony Pollard. But let's see what we got for the stats for Trey Lance if the game ever loads. Trey Lance, not that bad other than his pass rating. 7th best offense here. 22nd defense doesn't make any sense. What do we got? 19 interceptions is awful. 89 pass rating, not much better. Nice yards. Touchdowns needs to improve a little bit more. The interceptions is a huge problem. Tony Pollard, 12 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,100 yards. And Michael Gallup, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 7 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Brandon Cooks, only 3 touchdowns, but with 900 yards. Defensively, Leighton Vander Esch, 110 tackles for a loss. 24 for Micah Parsons, sacks. 24 for Micah Parsons, breaking the record. It's that easy for him. He's broken in Madden. 14 for DeMarcus Lawrence. Interceptions, 6 for Stephon Gilmore. Safeties on the team, 1 for Odigizua and 1 for Jonathan Hankins. Defensive touchdowns, 1 for Damone Clark. And apart from that, We're going to simulate to the offseason. I think we'll have a better season in the next season, but we'll have to see from there. Got to do some re-signings. Let's move into it. And the Giants lose to the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. Micah Parsons wins Defensive Player of the Year. Bijan and Will Anderson both win the Rookies of the Year. So let's see if there is any team upgrades for the team. I wouldn't think so. Trey Lance definitely not with 19 receptions. If he does, that would be crazy. But let's see what we have here. Trey Lance, no. Michael Gallup gets Superstar. Okay, defensively. Okay, Stephon Gilmore gets X Factor, and DeMarcus Lawrence gets Superstar as well. Jordan Lewis gets Star Dev. Both of our safeties get Star Dev, which is cool. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them quite yet, because a lot of our safeties are up there in age. Not like in the 30s, but they're 28, 29. We're going to see the 2023 retirements as well for the NFC East. I wish the game would load a lot quicker. This game is so unbelievably slow. NFC East... It looks like no Cowboys retire, but Jason Kelsey retires on the Eagles, which is actually big for us. So anyways, guys, it's now time to move into the re-signings. And with the players ready to negotiate, I'm not going to accept Micah Parsons' fifth-year option because I kind of just want to pay him and get it out of the way. We'll have money in the next season. Do I risk that? He's already a 99, so there's no point in risking. I'll just take it, actually. I'll take it. Terrence Steele, don't necessarily need him, and I don't want to pay him with only $14 million left. Jaron Kearse, I don't need him as a safety. I already have Donovan Wilson. Nobody else here that I have an interest in. So anyways, guys, apart from that, we only have $14 million to spend. I have to pay Micah Parsons the next year, so I'm just going to skip out on free agency. In the first round, I'm selecting left guard Nathan Bartel out of Oklahoma State. Hidden dev, 6'4", 340 pounds is crazy. 90 strength, 77 acceleration at being 340 pounds. Crazy. Good stats, good looks. He's going to be our starting left guard. In the second round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Dalvin Turner. Our defensive line is going to be crazy. 6'4", 302, 92 strength, 84 acceleration, hidden development, skills, A tackle, B finesse moves, B awareness. He looks good. In the third round, I'm picking up another left guard, but this time he's going to move inside to center. Junior Dillard out of Stanford. Hidden dev, 6'3", 311, 83 strength, 76 acceleration. He's not much of a run blocker at all, but for a third round pick, it's definitely not bad getting someone with hidden dev. Now, this is the team after the draft. We have a significantly improved offensive line here for Trey Lance. He's got a good running back, good receivers around him. He should do a little bit better this year. Turner, Mozzie Smith, and Odigizua. That's actually a good lineup here on this D-line. We have depth with Armstrong. This is a very, very good D-line. Like what we got. Stephon Gilmore is an X factor. Very good overall team. 84 overall isn't crazy. It's just about developing Trey Lance. Defense is going to be a lot better this year than ranked 22nd. So let's move into the midseason mark. And here we are, 2-4. Okay, what's the problem? Offense, terrible. It's just terrible. The offensive points per game is worst in the league. The passing game is 18th. Why is the rushing game 28th? We're in a multiple zone run scheme. We should be handing off the ball quite frequently to Tony Pollard, and it mixes in passing as well. I'm not going to give up on Trey Lance because that's the point of the video, is to not give up on him and give up on Dak. Man, just rough times. I'm going to go wide receiver here because we could lose Brandon Cooks or Michael Gallup due to age and just needing to pay them too. So I'm just going to go wide receiver here for the scouting national focus. We're going to see the players that we have ready to negotiate. Beating bottom of the division is quite rough. We're going to have to hope a lot of the Eagles players retire, and hopefully we can take over this division slowly but surely, and Trey Lance needs to improve. But CeeDee Lamb does not want to be here. What is his take? He wants to have a franchise QB. So I'll wait on that. I'm going to wait on that just in case he maybe gets the tag later. Don't think he will. Leighton Vander Esch on 4 years. I'll do it, actually. We don't really have anyone else. Leighton Vander Esch, I'll do that. He'll probably regress to a 78 by the end of it, but it's fine. Odigizua, I do want. He's young. He has star dev. He has high interest with the team. Why would I not resign him? Odigizua resigns. Zach Martin, I want you back for the rest of the reboot if I can somehow get you there. Don't think I will, but somehow if I get you back for the rest of the reboot, I would love that. And DeMarcus Lawrence, I kind of want to wait for his overall to go down, but I'll be fine with 2 years on this. And if it's not fine, then I can cut him. 2 years isn't a long contract. Brandon Cooks, I'll let walk just because of his age. Trey Lance, he needs to be on this team. Why does he not have an interest, bro? You're the starting QB. I'll just pay you. Do I pay him? It's only $12 million a year? Hell yeah. I'll pay him $12 million a year. I'm fine with that. Anyone else here? Tyler Smith. Do I accept that? I probably will accept that 5th-year option for Tyler Smith. He's actually only going to progress, so I just won't accept it and then just pay him whenever he needs to be. So hopefully Trey Lance can be a franchise QB or get that tag by the end of the season. But anyways, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 10-7. What? Points per game stepped up, passing game completely changed. And just to show you, like, oh, you cheated. There's no way that garbage Trey Lance could ever do that. You're cheating. I hear it all the time. Playoff schedule, I did not mean to click that. But go back, game. Dude, this game takes decades to load. I hate how slow it is. Look at it. Forced wins, none. See how it says home on the bye week? Because it's the bye week. It doesn't matter. No forced wins. I didn't cheat. I swear. People be like, that doesn't make any logical sense. So you can go from 2-4 to 10-7. Trey Lance stepped up. That's what I wanted. Maybe CD Lamb will actually resign and have an interest in resigning, so I won't have to pay him $25 million a year. But let's see what we got here. Trey Lance stepped up, other than maybe his touchdowns. 8th best offense, 2nd best defense. Good stuff. The defense really cares. Okay, this is a lot better. Touchdowns need to go up. I'm glad his passer rating had a huge jump. Touchdowns definitely need to go up, though. But 4,200 yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 101 passer rating. I think that deserves star dev. Tony Pollard, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry. CD Lamb, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. I mean, you're getting all the reps, bro. You're getting 95 receptions, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Why would you not stay on this team? Michael Gallup, barely over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks with 4 touchdowns, but 900 yards. Defensively, Leighton Vander Esch, 106 tackles for a loss, 18 for Micah Parsons, sacks, 15.5 for Micah Parsons, 13.5 for DeMarcus Lawrence, interceptions, 5 for Stephon Gilmore. Safeties on team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see if Trey Lance can get his first ever playoff win as a starter. Sure, he got some on the bench with the Niners, but first ever playoff win as a starter. 85 overall Cowboys versus the 82 overall Green Bay Packers, if the game will ever load. But let's see what we got against them. And okay, I thought we won. The game glitched out because, thank you. 31-17, let's move into year 3. The Jaguars beat the Packers in the Super Bowl as Travis Etienne wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately. I was really hoping someone would get the Rookie of the Year for us. I mean, I guess our defensive tackle didn't really play, an offensive line, of course. Offensive linemen, of course, are never going to get Rookie of the Year. Never get appreciated enough for that. Creed Humphrey, I think, should have won a Rookie of the Year for the Chiefs. But let's see what we got here. Both of our offensive linemen are star dev. That's fine. Trey Lance, I'm going to give him star dev. If you want to cry about it, I don't care. He had a significantly better season that showed a flash that he can be on the field and be a starter. If you lead the team to the playoffs, that's something that they would like a lot better. I mean, it's not really doing much worse than Dak. Sure, Dak beat the 8-9 Buccaneers and got you to the divisional round, but he didn't really do much past that. But anything else here? Brandon Cooks is regressing. Nothing else I see. Defensively, what do we got? Turner is star dev as well. A lot of star devs, but it's better than normal dev, so we'll take that. I don't see any improvements. Actually, Stephon Gilmore did retire, so that's a bad thing. I'm going to need to draft a new DB for sure because we don't have much past Trayvon Diggs. So 2024 retirements. Let's see what we got. We also have $56 million, so I could go in free agency and see what's up in there because they just paid my quarterback as well. In the NFC East, Stephon Gilmore, Lane Johnson, and Darius Slay retire. So the Eagles overall is going down, and usually Jalen Hurts doesn't get re-signed by the Eagles. So let's see what we got for the re-signings. For the re-signings, CD Lamb still doesn't think we have a franchise quarterback. I'm going to have to pay him. There's no other way to do it. He's not interested. I don't care if you're not interested. You're getting tagged. Tyler Smith, I'm not going to accept his option. I want to pay him. Brandon Cooks, everyone else here, really, I don't really want. Jabril Cox, don't care for. Brian Anger, doesn't matter. I'm tagging CD Lamb. We have $28 million to spend. That may be enough for a player, so I'm going to look in free agency, but if there's nothing there, I'm just going to skip to the draft. After free agency, I just saw Javon Holland and Chardavius Ward. I could not pass up Javon Holland, even though we already have Malik Hooker, and I just wanted Chardavius Ward because we did lose Stephon Gilmore. So 2 significant upgrades in our secondary, or maybe just a replacement in Chardavius Ward. But let's move into the draft. So there wasn't any good wide receivers on the board, so I went with another DB in Calvin Campbell. We're going to have quite the secondary. Hidden dev, 6'2", 191, 90 speed, 92 acceleration. Skills, solid across the board. He had solid athleticism as well. I like this guy. And in the second round, I'm picking up third round projection, wide receiver Gabrielle Aubrey. You named your kid, you named a guy Gabrielle? Or am I just stupid? I might just be stupid. But out of Auburn, he's a slot archetype, so that's exactly where I want him to go. 93 speed, 93 acceleration, hidden development, skills, F deep route, F release, don't care. He's fast, A catching traffic, B catching. And for a second round pick, projected to be in the third, hidden dev, that's nice to see. Now, this is the team moving into year 3. Aubrey is going to be the receiver 3 here, is also going to be in the slot. Great O-line. Dude, you just need to develop Trey Lance. You're slowly getting better. I believe in you. Looks like Baker, this guy I got in the third round, is 72 normal dev. That's fine. Campbell, I'm going to move up to DB number 3 here. Great defense overall. How are we only an 84 overall team? I don't need Malik Hooker anymore. He's an 85 overall, 83 without the boost. He's 29. I feel like someone could definitely want him for sure. So I'm going to see what I can get here from Malik Hooker, not Wooker. Only one team had medium interest. Who is this? Saints. The Saints want him, but they're in negative cap room, so I need to back out of here. I'm not going to trade for a player. I want to trade for something, but not a player. That's one more back. Do I have to trade for a player here? Because I want to give... Can I just see the offers for him? You can see get offers for Malik Hooker, and cap room just doesn't play a part anymore. But Alec Pierce, I don't want. Jahmyr Gibbs, you're already giving up? That low-key seems like a good deal, but it seems unrealistic as hell. So I don't want that. Cedric Wilson, that's all you're willing to give me? Khalil Herbert in a third-round pick? Actually, that's not bad. We can't do it because of the cap issues. That's so gay. That's why even give me the offer then if you can't do it because of cap issues. That's your fault. Okay, can Malik Hooker play linebacker? Does he have like good tackling? Because if he does, I can potentially move him to linebacker. Speed tackle is 80. That might be something there. So I'm going to move him to left outside linebacker, even though it may not seem like a good move. He's 6'2", 212. He needs to put on a little bit more weight to be a linebacker, but being 6'2", is definitely a good start there. Domain Clark is going to move back to right outside linebacker, and I think we should be good from there defensively. Move him there, and Clark is back there. Yeah, I think that's a lot better position for us. Move Campbell back for sure. Specialist is Campbell in the slot. I want Campbell in the slot. Aubrey's in the slot as well. Everything else looks good. Would have traded Malik Hooker for Khalil Herbert in a third. I think that would be a very good trade for us. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let's move into the third season and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, and we are top the division now, 4-3, very contested with the Giants here. Eagles and Commanders aren't doing good. Eagles had a lot of players retire, so that's good for us. Coming off a win to the Giants that gave us the top of the division, but scouting national focus, is there particularly an old position I'm worried about that's going to retire? Maybe Zach Martin, maybe DeMarcus Lawrence. I think I am going to scout defensive end just for DeMarcus Lawrence. I know we have Armstrong there to replace him, but at the same time, I don't need anything else other than just for Trey Lance to develop. So that's what I'm hoping for. But let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate, and then we're going to move on to the playoffs. Hopefully we can make the playoffs again and make a push this time with the Dallas Cowboys roster. But what do we got? Micah Parsons, his contract is here, and I got to pay him 5 years, big time money. Here he signs. CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to wait again until hopefully we get a franchise QB tag. Damon Clark, my bad. Damon Clark. I was saying like Damon. But anyways, player friendly, 5 year. I'm fine with that. He's going to be good right outside linebacker for us, of course. And Tyler Smith, I waited on his 5th year option just that way I could pay him. I'm just going to give him his 5 year spread out contract. Here he signs as well. CeeDee Lamb, of course, again, I'm going to wait on. Donovan Wilson, I'm going to see how far he regresses. He's already 30. Tyron Smith, I do want back. If he can stay for the rest of the rebuild, that'd be sick. Another 2 year contract with Tyron Smith is awesome. And anything else here? Nothing that I see. Any 5th year option? We have a new punter, Mozzie Smith, on a 5th year option. Not really going to need that because this is only 4 seasons. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see if we can make the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs once again to face the Packers, but this time we get home field advantage. We're an 87 overall, they're an 85 overall, 11-6, top the division, coming off a win to the Rams. That is great for us. Stats and awards, let's see what we have here. If the game ever loads at any point in the year, God. Anyways, come on. Trey Lance, slowly looking better. Let's go. 10th best offense in the NFL, 8th best defense. He's slowly but surely looking better. Less interceptions, more touchdowns. 4 more touchdowns, 2 less interceptions, 3 higher passer rating, similar yards. He's getting better. Tony Pollard, 1,100 yards, 4.0 per carry, 10 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 101 receptions, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Bro, what are you complaining about? You're in the playoffs now, back-to-back years, and you're getting better every year. And Gabrielle Albury, my bad, not Aldry. Albury, mispronouncing names is terrible with me. Great rookie year, 79 receptions, almost 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Michael Gallup, 3 touchdowns, 800 yards. Looking at it defensively, Malik Hooker, 113 tackles as an outside linebacker in his first year. That's amazing. Tackles for loss, 21 for DeMarcus Lawrence. Sacks, 29.5 for Micah Parsons. Breaking his own record is crazy. 7.5 sacks for DeMarcus Lawrence. 4 interceptions for Leighton Vander Esch. 4 for Malik Hooker as an outside linebacker first time. That was a great move to move him down there. And 1 defensive touchdown for Malik Hooker as well. That's probably going to be superstar dev, and they don't give it to him, I will. 112 tackles, 4 interceptions, and defensive touchdowns. What a great year for him. First year as an outside linebacker. Great move instead of trading him. Like that a lot better. Let's see if we can beat the Packers, unlike last year, and we lose to them again. It did the glitch where it made me think I was in the divisional round. We lose again. 21-14. Let's move into the 4th and final season. And the 9-8 Eagles get their revenge on the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Jalen Hurts wins Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons wins Defensive Player of the Year. But, man, the 9-8 Eagles made it over us. That is quite rough. 2025 retirements. Please do not show me DeMarcus Lawrence. I want him for the final year. Don't show me any of my offensive linemen either. NFC East. Oh, my God. Both of my top offensive linemen left. Our overall is going to drop hard. God, that's rough. Okay, let's see if there is any roster upgrades. Please just give Trey Lance like superstar dev by default. He didn't even have 30 touchdowns, but please just give it to him. AI, please bend in my favor. No. Aubrey has superstar dev. That's awesome. Man, that's a huge blow to the offensive line. Defensively, DeMarcus Lawrence gets X Factor, and he's staying for another year. Campbell has superstar, which is awesome. The defense is fine where it's at. Man, I need 2 new offensive linemen that are actually good. 2 new great offensive linemen. God. Anyways, let's see what we got for the re-signings. And CeeDee Lamb is going to cost a lot of money because Trey Lance still doesn't have franchise QB tag, and he's now an X Factor in 96. He re-signs with the organization after paying him big time here. And Mozzie Smith, not going to accept the option going to the final year. Donovan Wilson, he actually stayed the same overall. So with that being said, high interest, 2 years. I'm fine with that. Donovan Wilson stays throughout the entirety of the rebuild. Bland, I don't want. Everyone else here, not interested in. Mozzie Smith, I don't need to accept that contract. $23 million. I'm going to see if there's any good offensive linemen in free agency that I could potentially pay. After free agency, we got an upgrade at Ronnie Stanley here, who is a 90 overall superstar development left tackle. Tyron Smith was an 86 overall superstar, but I still need to fill in the gap with a right guard because, as you can see, I only have $2.8 million left in cap, so I couldn't afford one. So let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up left guard Neil Wentz out of Louisville, 6'4", 333 in his weight, hidden dev, 86 strength, 79 acceleration. Of course, I am going to move him to right guard. Great skills across the board. In the second round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Luke Quinn out of Clemson, 6'2", 250, 86 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden development. In his skills, yes, he does have F injury, but good thing injury is off. A play rec, B awareness, B hit power, B pursuit. He's going to be playing behind Leighton Vander Esch. Here we are going into the 4th and final year. Looks like the AI already put my guard at right guard, the left guard at right guard. Team looks great around Trey Lance. Like, the offensive line is still good. 86 overall team. Trey Lance should have no problem. Defensively, Quinn is a 75 overall. He looks sick. And it looks like the AI picked up this guy named Kirkpatrick as well. Yeah, defense looks really, really sick. They ranked number 2. Our defense was number 7. Hopefully, Trey Lance can actually win a playoff game this year. So anyways, let's just skip into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs once again, 11-6, second in the division behind the 13-4 Philadelphia Eagles. The Commanders finished 11-6 as we're coming off a win to the Commanders, which gives us our 5th seed, I would say. Bijan Robinson is already a 99 superstar X Factor with 1,500 yards, 4 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. Jeez, bro. That's cracked. Okay, we're going to have to face 99 X Factor Bijan Robinson if I can ever load into the stats. Trey Lance. A little bit worse. 16th best offense, 13th best defense. If I had a different quarterback to work with me, actually, you can argue this is better. 3 less interceptions, a little bit less pass rating, way less yards, so I guess not. Tony Pollard, 12 touchdowns, 4.4 per carry, 1,200 yards. He improved. And CeeDee Lamb, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Albury, 7 touchdowns, almost 900 yards. Looking at it defensively, Leighton Vander Esch, 118 tackles for a loss, 27 for Micah Parsons, sacks, 15 for Micah Parsons, 6.5 for Odigizua, and DeMarcus Lawrence has regressed to 6 sacks, but he still has 19 tackles for a loss, which is great. 4 interceptions for Malik Hooker and Trayvon Diggs. Safety is on team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Trayvon Diggs. I forgot to give Malik Hooker superstar dev in the previous season, but it's fine. It's the 4th and final season. Please, Trey Lance, at least let Cowboys fans know that you're going to get at least 1 playoff win for them in this Madden simulation. Come on. 23-14, here to face the 11-6 division rivals, the Washington Commanders, who we beat by 1 point in Week 18. Can we beat them in the divisional round to move to the conference championship? And we do not. It did that glitch where I always think we did, and we didn't. 35-21, that's going to be it for the video. Man, Trey Lance, like, if I had a different QB, maybe it would be a different story, but the video is about Trey Lance and seeing how well he develops. He gets 1 playoff win, but I think that makes him, like, 1 for 3. He has superstar dev now. That's sick. Didn't even know he got that, but sure. Defensively, let's see what we got. Campbell is still superstar. Anything else? No. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know which team you guys want me to rebuild next down below in the comments. Apart from that, guys, hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.